All right, so we're out here at the laser. I've got our parts set up. We're cutting some secondary prototypes. I want a fully functional prototype. I want a fully functional prototype of this 24 Raptor dash mount in my truck to test out before we head to production. A couple of the parts in my truck right now are 3D printed, which is perfect for verifying fitment, but I want to make sure it's rock solid. So I'm going to cut these out. I just cut a test part and everything looks good. So I'm going to let it rip on the next part here. Pull out these two parts and take a quick look at it before we cut the top plate. Alright, these parts cut pretty well. I'm going to quickly clean them up so that I can bend them and tack them into place to match our print. The fastest way to get these prototyped in the truck. This is basically like a little bend gauge I cut to get the angle right on this. All right, so I've got this hand bend. I've got these two longer bends exactly where I want them. So I'm just gonna tack them so they don't walk around while I'm doing these top tabs. Most critical part because this jogs around really tightly some of the structure underneath the dash, so it's important to prototype this exactly right. I'm going to tack this. This plate is the support structure. This is what we're finishing up the bending on right now. This is the support structure that ties the dash mount into the actual structure of the dash. So some of these bends are super critical because it's a really tight fit to fit between some of the OEM trim pieces and plastic without impacting the fitment. This obviously is the top plate, and then this is we're calling it the lower bracket, which basically goes between the two. So top plate and lower bracket, those are good enough for prototyping. I'm still going to tap these holes and countersink these ones. I'm going to finish bending this, and then we'll install it in the truck. It's worth noting that I'm just tapping these for the sake of an easy prototype. Our production parts will have press fit hardware from the back like the rest of our dash mounts. Once we're done tapping these holes, countersinking the top plate, we'll give it a test fit. All right, and then the final step, because I've already got my Mountech stuff on here, is to set the top plate in place and tighten it down. All right, so that is just about it for the prototyping of our dash mount for the new narrow tray 2024 F-150 and Raptor. By the time you're watching these are available on BuiltRight IND for pre-order. Catch you next week.